Back in June of this year, I released an article entitled 9 Common Traits of Happy People That They Don't Talk About. The article was wildly popular, something that generated a lot of discussion both through the comment section of the article as well as through the various social media platforms. Since we at Collective Evolution are trying to get more involved in the video side of things and we have this awesome new vlog room, I thought, why not make the article into a video? So here they are, the 9 common traits of happy people that they don't talk about. Number 1, they love themselves for who they are. Now on the surface that might sound incredibly egotistical, but that's not what I'm getting at here. I'm talking about those people that are truly comfortable in their own shoes and fully embrace exactly who they are. They don't let other people's opinions of them or societal expectations of them make them feel like they need to change or alter their personality. They fully embrace themselves, and because of that, they tend to be a little bit more happy than the rest of us. Number 2, they see relationships as an extension to, rather than the basis of the human experience. Now, you don't need me to tell you that relationships are awesome. And I'm not just talking about the romantic type, I'm also talking about ones you might have with friends or family. Relationships for a lot of us are at the core of our existence. They're amongst the things that we enjoy the most in this world. But people who tend to be the most happy are ones who see relationships as just an extension to their happiness and not the basis of their happiness. They don't let whether or not they're in a relationship, whether or not they have a huge friend circle, whether or not they have a family that supports them consistently, dictate their level of happiness. They're happy regardless, but they are grateful when those things are around. Number 3, they embrace change. Life is a constant lesson, and happy people, they tend to recognize that. When people criticize them, or people give them their opinions, or people tell them to do things a different way, they don't take it personally. They take it constructively, respect where it's coming from, and see whether or not it resonates with them. Because of that, they're more easily able to adapt, and they're usually pretty happy in the long run. Number 4, they celebrate rather than compare themselves to the accomplishments of others. For some of us, jealousy is a daily occurrence, but just because it's something that we consistently do doesn't necessarily mean that it's healthy, and happy people tend to recognize that. Rather than looking at the accomplishments of other people as something to be jealous about or something to make you feel down or like you've accomplished nothing, happy people have a tendency to use it as motivation. They look at it, whether it's something that was done by their friend or family or just somebody that they read about in the newspaper, they use it to fuel themselves, to drive them to want to accomplish more things within their own lives. Number 5, they never dwell in being a victim. We all have that person in our friend or family circle who's a perpetual complainer, who believes that the world is consistently out to get them. Well, the happiest people in this world are never that person. They instead recognize that time is precious, and why would they want to continue to dwell on something that may have been more challenging or difficult for them to go through for any longer than they have to? They choose to move on more quickly and choose to make the next moment the best that they can. Number 6, they live in the present. As fun as it can be to reminisce about the past or to fantasize about the future, ultimately there's never anything we can do in anything other than the present moment, and happy people recognize that. And they use that as motivation to make the best out of every single moment. They don't let the past weigh down and play a role in how the present moment is experienced, and they don't let the future take them out of the moment and think about something that's going to happen later on. They truly live in what's happening right now. Number 7, they trust that everything happens for a reason. Of the 9 points on this list, this was definitely the one that was the most criticized and talked about, and for good reason. I mean, when most people hear this, they automatically assume that I mean that everything is predetermined, or that they have no control over anything that happens in their lives. But that wasn't exactly what I was referring to. What I meant is that happy people tend to recognize that no matter how challenging or overwhelming a particular experience may be, they always have the tools within them to move beyond it, at least to the fullest amount that they can. And they're the only ones that can control that. So rather than letting things persistently bog them down or succumbing to the idea that it's bigger than them, they recognize that, you know what, this probably happened for a reason, and I'm going to choose to move beyond it as best as I can. Number 8, they don't let money dictate their lives. There's no denying that money plays a big role in the type of life that we lead. But what I found with the world's happiest people is that they don't let money be the ultimate dictator in their lives. For example, they never let money stop them or hold them back from pursuing a particular passion that they're passionate about. They also tend to not complain about it all the time, or let it be that thing that forever is crippling them from pursuing something that they actually want to do or make a part of their life. Number 9, they look within for solutions. In my opinion, one of the greatest realizations we can make in this life is the recognition that change starts within, and that we already have all the tools within us. Now, don't get me wrong, there are thousands upon thousands of great courses and lectures and books and ideologies surrounding the idea of helping us become the greatest version of ourselves. But no matter which one of these you decide to make a part of your life, they all require one key ingredient, and that's the consciousness to support them. And the happiest people tend to recognize that, and they realize that they are the key to their own solutions.